Today on CCX News, one of the most crash-prone intersections in the Northwest Metro, how drivers can help solve the problem. Hello and thanks for joining us. Every year, numerous crashes occur at this Brooklyn Park intersection. That intersection is County Road 81 and I-94. And as I found out, it's a problem that drivers can help solve. Every day, more than 33,000 vehicles travel the intersection of County Road 81 and I-94. The traffic volume makes it one of the 10 busiest segments of road in Hennepin County. Brooklyn Park Police say it's also one of the most dangerous.
We have more dangerous intersections. We have intersections that have more crashes, but this is definitely one of them that has a high number.
A public information request submitted to the city of Brooklyn Park found that since 2020, this intersection has been the site of 111 crashes. Police say distracted driving is part of the reason, with many of the crashes being rear-end collisions. But there's another issue at play.
One of them being the flashing yellow arrow. I think sometimes people don't understand that doesn't mean you get to just go.
During certain times of the day, cars turning onto 94 East have a flashing yellow arrow. It means they're supposed to yield to vehicles heading northbound. But police say yielding doesn't always happen, which leads to crashes or close calls.
That particular issue with the flashing yellow arrow, that's an issue at a number of intersections throughout the state. And I think probably it's more about the road design and the intersection design.
If folks out there agree that there's a flaw in the intersection design, Hennepin County wants to know about it.
We really appreciate when we hear from people about how they use our roadway system.
Tom Music is Hennepin County's Toward Zero Deaths coordinator. It's a program aimed at eliminating severe and fatal crashes on Hennepin County roads through public feedback.
And we can take a closer look. We can look at the data. We can also make a field visit to that location and just discuss what are the options here. What can we do to try to improve safety here?
In the meantime, police urge drivers to pay attention to their surroundings.
You shouldn't be aggressively trying to turn against traffic. Wait until there's a safe opportunity. Stay off your device. Don't be distracted and pay attention to the flow of traffic.
If you have a safety concern on a Hennepin County road that you'd like to report, we have a link at ccxmedia.org. It's another weekend of mega maintenance that will impact drivers traveling through Brooklyn Center. MnDOT will close the eastbound lanes of I-694 from Shingle Creek Parkway in Brooklyn Center to Snelling Avenue in Arden Hills. During the closure, crews will inspect bridges and make pavement and lighting repairs. The closure will last until 5 a.m. on Monday. Early voting is underway for the August 12th special primary election that will trim the field of DFL candidates running for the late State Representative Melissa Hortman's POW seat. On Thursday in Brooklyn Park, in a forum hosted by the League of Women Voters, candidates answered questions on a range of issues, including how to stop gun violence.
Some time ago, somebody asked our police chief what causes him to lose sleep at night. And it didn't take him long to answer that it was 14-year-olds with guns. And there's an immense number of problems that lead to that. There's more than one gun per person in the United States. The market is flooded with firearms.
I believe that there has been a lot of back and forth in Minnesota over the years on gun laws, and I believe that we are actually in an okay place. I think the restrictions that we currently have in place are to safeguard individuals and our community.
What I will do is work towards a statewide buyback program. So what we need to do is to be able to get guns off the streets that people don't need anymore.
One of the things I want to do, if you like that, is create a proactive process rather than reactive. I see youth coming into my office as when they've already done something bad. I'd rather pour into them to keep them from doing something bad, giving them resources, community center, access to those mental health services now, which is going back to that educational piece, right?
At the end of the forum, the crowd applauded the candidates for their willingness to serve. The city of Osseo is celebrating 150 years this year. Its entire history is being commemorated in a book put together by volunteers. Reporter Emily Haugen shares that labor of love and where you can pick up your own copy.
A stroll down Osseo's Central Avenue is a quick reminder of its history.
Osseo is just really special because of the people and the businesses in town. Everyone has a story.
And a look inside the black cabin is really no different.
These are paint pour glasses.
Historically, it was a paint and wallpaper store.
I have been coming actually to this store as a paint store when I was a kid. So my brother and I used to play in the front window.
Teresa Aho took over the shop in 2014. She made it her own and filled it with local art.
I have almost 30 local makers in my shop, which is amazing. And then not only that, but we have like one of our most local makers is the 150th book.
A 150-year history book that remembers the history of her shop and the city.
There were things that were there that I forgot about that I would come to as a kid. And I totally forgot about them, but seeing a picture just brought back all those memories.
For Osseo's 150-year celebration, a committee collected hundreds of moments, memories, and stories from the city's people and compiled it into 300 pages.
Part of why we like Osseo so much is that history.
Ann Schneider helped stitch together that history.
All the fires.
It's an expansion on the 100th anniversary book and an homage to the businesses who've been there all along.
There are still a lot of businesses that are still around that were there in 1975 that are here in 2025. So that says a lot, I think, about Osseo too.
Now it's on display by and for the people it documents.
This is what we've done in 150 years, Osseo. So I think being able to celebrate that history with Osseo, the residents, people who have left Osseo, have come back to Osseo, being able to celebrate with them.
Emily Haugen, CCX News.
You can pick up the book for a $20 donation at the Black Cabin and a number of other Osseo businesses.
This year marks 100 years of American Legion baseball. In the Minnesota State Tournament, 3 local teams earned a spot. Chaz Moots has highlights of Hopkins Post 320's opening tournament game.
Hopkins earned their way to state by winning the Sub-State 4 championship. Owatonna, the champs out of Sub-State 1. First inning, Owatonna answering first. Connor Wees fly out to center field. DeAndre Mayaka makes the catch, but Bentley Arvig takes from third, crosses home. Owatonna went up 2-0. Probably could have been more, but with 2 outs, Hunter Tice's line drive is caught on the run by Mayaka. It didn't take long for the Flyers to answer back. Bases loaded, bottom 1. Joe Schaefer swung early above third base and in fair territory. That brought home 2 runs to tie the game at 2. Later in the first, Liam Daly hard grounded to short, too hot to handle. That gets Schaefer home. Hopkins scored 4 runs to take a 2-run lead. After that first inning, Jay Mound dialed in from the bump. A strikeout here ends a scoreless top of the second. Mound pitched until the 4th inning. Reed Ortley picked up where Mound left off. Only 2 hits allowed between the two in 6 innings. Bottom 5, Flyers add insurance. Good cut again from Schaefer. That delivers another RBI, Schaefer's 3rd RBI of the game. Hopkins up 5-2. More damage done in the 6th. Lincoln Heath, deep drive to right field all the way to the fence. Stand-up RBI double. Hopkins scored 8 unanswered runs. They win big and advance to take on East Grand Forks on Friday at 2:30. In St. Michael, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Totino-Grace Legion baseball team is at state for a 2nd straight season. The Eagles open the tournament play Thursday. State American Legion baseball Thursday from St. Michael as Tri-City Red takes on Fridley Gold, a.k.a. Totino-Grace, in an opening round game. Bottom of the first inning, the Eagles' Tommy Heifert slices a hit the opposite way to left field. Will Francis scores, and it's 1-0 after 1. Tri-City ties it in the 2nd. Nate Edelman blasts one to deep left and out for a solo home run. It's a 1-1 game, but that would be the only run Tri-City would score on the afternoon. Totino-Grace starting pitcher Jake Goldsberry worked the first 6 and a third innings, allowing just the 1 run while striking out 6. He gets some help from his defense too. Top 4, Tri-City's Isaac Bezeman drives this ball to deep left field. Evan Schaust goes back and makes the catch at the fence. The Eagles go back in front in the home half of the 4th. Tyler Hand blasts one to deep center, over the center fielder's head and to the fence. Drew Zare races around to score all the way from first base on Hand's double, and it's a 2-1 game. TG adds another run in the 6th. Heifert drops one into center field for his 2nd hit of the game. Francis scores, and the Eagles take a 3-1 lead. Tri-City gets the tying run on base in the 7th, but Francis comes on to get the final 2 outs of the game, including this ground out to end it. Totino-Grace wins 3-1. They now face Farmington Friday afternoon in Buffalo. Osseo is the 3rd local team that qualified for state. The Orioles lost their opener to defending state champion Farmington 10-0 in 6 innings. The state tournament continues through Sunday in St. Michael, Buffalo, and Maple Grove. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.